For everyone listening too, if you don't follow us on Twitter, we went and finally launched a Discord for the COD Casuals, and we've been working on this for a while now, and we're glad to finally have it at the launch of this game. If you're listening and you haven't joined it yet, we're going to have it in the description below, so be sure to go and join that way or follow us on Twitter. We'll be posting the link all the time, so you can go join up that way. This is a new year. This is actually a good COD. People seem to be wanting to talk about it, and we want to talk with everybody that watches us and listens to us about it, so definitely make sure to join. You gotta stay active, bro. Not sitting in corners, not like doing all that. Save some of those spots for like when you're playing in search, plant the bomb, and you're gonna hold an angle or something.
That's good money, but it's not enough money in the long run, obviously. Even the people making like 200, 250K, like that's a lot of money, but you have such a short window of how much you can make. Those guys could be making it for like, let's say 5 years tops. That's a lot of money, but that's not enough money to live into your 30s, your 40s, and you got your whole life. And I'll always say, you're gonna earn $1 million before you win $1 million. You gotta grind to get to that point.
We drop it on that, bro. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 254 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
Justin, how we doing, bro?
Doing pretty good. You know, it's right before the holidays and
Yes.
Christmas and the New Year's for people that celebrate. I completely forgot when we recorded last week that this was going to come out the week of Christmas. So if you guys celebrated Christmas, like I hope you guys had a great time because
Yeah.
this one's coming out right before the New Year's. So,
Mhm.
you know, 2025 flew. And I
So
feel
we
like
wish
in the
you a happy
beginning,
New Year as well.
yeah, exactly. Should definitely talk about that like a little bit because I feel like this was it was a good self-reflecting year for us. But before we get into that, how about you? You good?
I'm doing well. I am on vacay, which is sensational. I will say though, it sucks because even after this, I got stuff that I have to still do. So it's it's like it's nice being home for the vast majority of the day, but then sometimes I just leave stuff until the end of the day, or I have like I got work like today afterwards. So my days are weird, but for the most part, like this week, I only have to work tomorrow, well, tonight and then tomorrow, and then I'm good and I'm just chilling. Um, I I remember we were texting a little bit about it, and I don't remember if I talked a whole bunch of it in the last episode, with my game crashing, and this has been like the saga for me for the past, I don't know, probably what, like 2 weeks. I think at least 2 weeks. Um, I played this morning for like 3 hours. Didn't
Mhm.
happen to me once. Gonna knock on wood. I hope it stays that way. Um, I have no idea why my game's been doing this. I mean, I mentioned it before, but like I've been playing COD as much as I can without like losing my mind
Mhm.
because the past couple of weeks it's been that I play 2 games and then my game crashes and I go back on and then it's either one game or two and then it crashes just constantly. And there's been way too many games that I've been playing where I am frying. Like I'm just on a heater. I'm feeling amazing, calling the hellstorm. And then, 40 seconds into the minute long hellstorm transition, because it takes forever,
Mhm.
then my game crashes. And I just like I put the controller down, dude. It pissed me off so much. I was like, nope, nope, I'm not even gonna bother. Like
Mhm.
I can only endure that so much. So I was hoping today, I was like, yeah, like do it to me. Let me see it. Like I was frying this morning. I'm like, yep, just kill my game, bro. Kill it. Like, let me
Mhm.
see it. Then the game finishes. I'm like, okay, we live another day.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's that whole issue is resolved, but I don't even know why that happened in the first place.
Mhm. Yeah, because I haven't had that issue once. Just for people like my game hasn't crashed. I've had that issue before in previous CODs where it'll just randomly crash. It happened to me a lot in MW3, but
Still pretty rare though.
yeah, like it wasn't every there. Well, actually, no, there was a stretch at one point in MW3 where uh it would crash like every couple of games, but like I would just never report it, and then eventually one of the updates came along and like I never had a problem afterwards. But yeah, I would be annoyed too.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was doing too, like you're saying with the reporting, which I wonder if that actually does something, like if there are people on the back end who do look into that stuff and fix it. Because
Mhm.
every time after that, I would go and include like the video of when it happened. and
Mhm.
hit like accept and report. Because again, I think there was one of the days I texted you where it happened 4 times in a row, and that's when
Mhm.
I was over it, you know?
Mhm.
Um, and I think in this past week, I mean, it has to have been probably 2 dozen times that that game has crashed, which that's more than like all the other CODs that I've played in past years have ever crashed, you
Mhm.
know? Um, it was really, really weird, and it didn't have like any update requires restart or some sort of patch like that, but again, this morning I played, I got a lot of games in, and it didn't happen to me once. So maybe there is some dude out there who saw all my complaints and was like, "Dude, this guy's cooked." Like, he's like,
I
"God damn."
I'm sure, someone's, like, looking at those reports. Like, they wouldn't have those just
There's
to
got to be, right?
have them. Yeah, yeah, there it probably gets flagged as, depending how many reports you're doing in a row, I'm sure it gets flagged. But, yeah, I feel like I've been enjoying Black Ops 7, just 'cause it has been crashing, but overall, like, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like the past couple episodes, like, I've just been hopping on, doing my, like, hour or 2, like, I've just been cruising, it's
Yeah,
it's been fun, I've been enjoying it. This year, I'm just not feel like I'm not as stressed anymore about, "Oh, I
finally
gotta
at
do
peace.
this, I gotta do that," and it just so happens that this game's actually really fun, and now I'm like, "Wow, I'm just playing the game." The game's, like, fantastic, like, dude, I haven't used a Dravic since, since my first Prestige.
Which is
'Cause
crazy.
and I'm just like, I'm enjoying the other weapons, and I think I said last episode that I haven't gotten, like, mad at, like, fucking players in, like, Call of Duty in a while, and I realized that, when I get mad, it's because like, I care, obviously, and I was playing last night, and I was like, you know, I was using the RP something, the first sub, and I just kept getting hit markers with thing. I was getting upset, but I'm just enjoying the game. Like I was getting upset, which sounds contradicting, but I was having fun. And last year around this time in Black Ops 6, I think I was around like 5th or 6th prestige. Like you and I were hovering around there, like going into the new year. And I specifically remember having this conversation with you, like going into the new year, and we're like, we're good. We're gonna hit Master Prestige, like double XPs every single fucking weekend. And one weekend, I
Mhm.
think we went like 2 or 3 prestiges. Like, we're good. And then I remember I got sick, like bad, like really
Yes, I do
bad
remember.
after the New
Yeah.
Year's. And that took me out for the whole fucking year. Not the
Yeah.
sickness, but I got sick and I went back on and I'm like, everyone's just shitting on the game. No one's
Right.
like wants to play it. I'm like, this sucks. And I remember around that time too, I'm like, gotta take advantage of double XP, gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it. And I definitely took advantage of it, but now I'm just like chilling. I'm third prestige, I think. I think I'm third.
You are
And it's
third.
just, yeah, it's whatever. I'm enjoying
Yeah,
the game.
no, I'm in the same boat too. Like this whole issue that I've had has really been tough because I do want to play the game. And I have been playing still. It's just that like when I want to go and play, I have to just know that that's what I'm going to sign up for. But thankfully now, like again this morning I got up at what 6 a.m. or 6:30 around then,
Mhm,
and I played till around 11 o'clock, and it was not hard. You know, I was just having a blast the entire time.
mhm,
Like all the maps, all the guns, everything about it has just been really, really easy to play. And it's weird too because we played this game like and obviously prestige wise too, because like I'm the same thing. I'm at third now too.
mhm.
And I'm like technically farther behind than I was in Black Ops 6 at this time, you know? Like we
Oh,
were
yeah, we
grinding.
both
Yeah,
are.
we were grinding Black Ops 6 way harder, but the burnout on that game was so extreme and it was just nowhere near as fun of a game. Whereas now playing this game, I'm still like, yeah, like, you know, I might hit master. I honestly don't know in this game. I may want to stop at a prestige because there's some of the icons that I really like, but
Mhm,
I haven't really decided that yet. I probably will end up going to master.
mhm,
Which again, it's like we know we're gonna hit it at some point more than likely, but we're just enjoying the time while we get there, you know. I don't see the rush to be trying to get to like the highest level immediately. I
Mhm.
see these guys, and I wonder with you too when you're playing, are you teaming up or like getting lobbied with like a whole bunch of master procedures now?
Yeah, yeah, it's, like, all over the place, but yeah, there's like, being master isn't it's not special anymore
That's
because
still crazy to me though.
oh, yeah, it is, but it's definitely not special anymore with dude, the amount of fucking double XP that, like, they
Okay,
just keep adding, and, like
dude.
okay, don't get me wrong, I played, like, a couple hours, like, over the weekend, and I definitely hit like, I got to 3rd because of the double XP, but I didn't sit and grind like my normal sessions. Like, when I consider grinding, um, I'm thinking, like, yeah, I sign on at, like, 9 PM, whatever, and I'm playing till, like, midnight,
Right.
like on, like, a normal work day or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Some
yeah.
people are like, "Oh, that's, like, nothing." Yeah, but then you got work the next day, or, like, we would those days where, like, we'll randomly wake up, both of us, like, we got nothing to do, and we
Yeah.
play for, like, 8 to 10 hours straight, and you
Dude,
got
isn't
double
that
XP
crazy?
on. Yeah, we have very few of those days now, but those are it's so nice, but now I feel like we're just getting double XP all the time. It's not impressive anymore to get the master so quick, you know?
Well, yeah, that's how I feel, and I feel even at 3rd, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm making good time, like, I'm still on
Yeah.
pace here, I'm doing fine." But then when I see all these other people who are, like, master level 400, I'm like, "Dude, am I hopeless right now?" Like, Jesus Christ. But then I see
Mhm.
the guys like Scrap and Zuma, and I watch them, and they don't ever prestige, none of those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Or, like, even the guys who do prestige, they're,
Mhm.
like, 4th or 5th prestige. Of course, they're playing on, like, their, other accounts and everything. But I'm like, okay, I'm not that bad. Like, I'm still fine. And then when I go and piss on people and I'm 3rd prestige and I'm like this morning, this guy was master. He was level 200 and I fried his shit. And I'm
Mhm.
just like, damn, dude, like you have so much more time on me on this game, but you're still terrible.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it doesn't even matter. But going back to what you're saying though with double XP, I remember I made a tweet about that because I feel like nearly every weekend that this game has been live so far, there's been some double XP. It's got to be in the like majority of weekends that we've had, and I'm sure with this coming Christmas break, it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to be like because it's going to be Christmas Eve and going into the new year, double XP for like the
Probably.
next 3 weeks until 2026 hits. I'm like, all right, bro, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do think though, man, that they're doing this to try to incentivize people to play. Like
Oh,
I
yeah,
really
yeah. I
do
mean
think that's the big reason why they're doing this because I'm like, man, I like my double XP, but Jesus Christ, bro, just leave it on all the time. Like at this
mhm.
point, why not? You know?
Yeah, and, like, I'm not necessarily complaining about the double XP, it's just it used to be more special, back in the day because, like, there were times where double XP would happen and, like, I miss a weekend, I'm like, "Dude, I lost my only opportunity to get so far ahead." Like, and
Yeah.
then I wouldn't get that until the next holiday or something. Um, where now it's like here, like, every other weekend, and, yeah, it's fine, but I'm not, um I'm not like, "Oh, I need to be home." Like, I need to get home to play because it's double XP now, when I know for sure I'm gonna hit master in this game at the rate that, like, I'm playing. And this COD too, surprisingly enough, like, we're both 3rd, and I think this is the least amount of COD you and I have played together,
Right.
like, together,
Yeah.
but the most COD
We're
we've
still,
probably
we're,
played
we're still
individually.
our
It's crazy.
our schedules this year, like mine has just been so bad with nights. And then like I get home at like 10 o'clock or so, and I'm like, dude, I don't really want to play. So I'll get
Mhm,
up just early in the morning. Like usually when I had school, I would just get up fucking crazy early and be like, all right, I'm gonna play for an hour, you know?
mhm,
Or before like on Mondays, like I get home at 4 and then we'd usually record at 5:30. I'm like, all right, let me get a little bit of time in.
mhm.
Like it's weird. Yeah, we haven't put the time in together, but we know what we're talking about. We've been playing the game a ton
Well,
still.
it's
Um,
yeah, this COD's like the most time or the least amount of time we've played together at launch, but the most time we put into COD individually in like
yeah,
years,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is it's funny because I think that just shows how like good this game actually is. But
yeah.
um
No, it absolutely does. I mean, the fact that you know you've said it many times, and I agree with you because I have the same experiences too. I just go and I wake up, I'll log on, and I can play for 3 4 hours straight, and I'm not like a handful of games in, like, oh, dude, like I really don't care. Like this is such bullshit, or like something that kills me in the game is so ridiculous that makes me
Mhm,
just want to rage quit. Um, it's I pretty much never have those. I think
mhm.
the only things that make me rage quit is what are those, the HKVs or whatever those things are, those
Yeah,
drones.
drones,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like the
Instant death,
Raptors version.
yeah.
Yeah, those things when I go into a game and those are already on the map, I'm out. Like that's
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's the only time I'm
yeah,
like, nah, forget it.
yeah.
Um,
But when you're getting upset, that means, you care. You
yeah,
definitely care more, but
but
y
when I call them in, that's when I
oh,
love
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. Um, I don't know, this and I'm still, like, on the schedule, like, playing at night. If depend honestly, it really just depends how I feel. Like, it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm like, "Yeah, I can get a couple of games in. I'll hop
Yeah,
on." And again, it's easy to play. Black Ops 6, I would hop on, like, around the same time, and, like, I wouldn't have, like, other stuff to do. I'm like, "I can't play this. I can't." Like, 2 games in, I'm like, "I'm cooked. I'm done."
yeah, yeah.
Um, with this game, I can just sit down and play, but it's very much like, if I'm tired, I'm like, "I'm not gonna play. I'm just gonna sit there." Like, if I wanna brain rot, I'm just gonna brain rot and not play because you got to think a lot in COD. For people that say you don't really think, yeah, there's like flow state that you hit, but you have to think about like the movement that you're
Right.
doing and like where spawns and stuff whatnot. But I do know for a fact though, once rank comes out, we're locked into that. Like we're gonna be ready to play. Which like I'm really excited for rank because I feel like this COD could be like when we played MW2 ranked, where we're at different like points of our lives, but like we are on playing all the time. And funny enough, that was a one kind that like everybody hated, but we were just playing so much ranked.
Yeah, yeah. Now this game, I mean, we've said it before when it comes to the competitive side, just watching it and seeing all the stuff go down. It's for sure one of the best years that we've had in a long time. And again, I love playing all the maps just casually. I'm trying to, like, when I go into some of these lobbies, I'm trying to go and play a lot of the maps that are going to be in competitive, because there's some of them, like, dude, Den, for example, I,
Yeah.
like, never get that map. And same thing with, no, what's the one? I can't remember, what the name of it is. It has the plane that's on the left side that, like, people use as a head glitch, and then it's got like, the red, like,
Oh, I
balcony.
know the snowy mat. Well, not yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fuck, what is that
I
map?
exactly. I'm totally, like, blacking out on what it's called. But, like,
It's
same
gonna come
thing.
through me.
That map, I never get in rotation, and it
Hmm.
pisses me off because I'm getting, like, tons of raid. I'm getting all the season 1 maps,
Hmm.
which, by the way, been playing season 1, like, a whole bunch. I think they absolutely crushed it. I think the
Hmm.
new maps that they put in are great, like, just for casual too, but they do have the, potential to being competitive. Um, yeah, it's just, honestly, it's great. It's gonna translate nicely into competitive, but
Hmm.
I need to get my reps on those maps, and, I'm getting screwed over because they're giving me, like, a bunch of random ass maps that,
my,
though they're fun, I'm like, "Bro, I don't wanna play raid anymore."
my thing is that I enjoy all the maps too. Um, I probably get I get Den probably the least. Like I've been playing a lot of hardpoint in this game, and the one thing I'm a little worried about is when rank drops. Like we haven't played. Well, one, we haven't played a lot together at all, but we haven't played Overload at all. Like, dude,
I gotta
whole different like game mode
I
that we
gotta
have it in.
interject really quick, since before we go and talk about that, Scar. That was
Scar,
the
Scar, yes, Scar,
I had
yeah.
to look it up.
I was gonna
But
say
yeah,
exposure, but I know exposure's wrong. It's a
yeah,
desert map.
it's one of them.
Um,
But yeah,
but
dude, we haven't played Overload really together at
like,
all. Like, we don't
eh,
we might be fucked.
no, yeah, I think we will be like going into ranked because we won't. I mean, we'll watch obviously, but that is very different than actually playing.
Yeah.
And but like I'm a little excited about that too because that means like we're gonna have to learn, like really learn when we're in ranked. And I think that's the challenge, you know, because we
Yeah,
know. I mean, you know how to play hard point. Like it's all respawn. And it's positioning yourself and getting yourself to the next hill and holding the right angles. But I always like the third game mode because it's it's more strategy, I think, instead of
Yeah.
especially with this, with Overload. You really have to time, like, all your kills and, like, when to push correctly with all 3 or 4 players.
Well, I think that's going to be the real challenge and part of it because, yeah, even if we just went in and loaded into an overload game, you and I think we would do okay. But it's going to be when we play ranked and we have those extra two teammates and
It
how they
really
play with
matters.
us. Yeah, that it's going to be like, all right, we need to really figure out like how do some people play this? You know,
Mhm.
like we have our ideas of what we do, but do other people line up? And because it's a new game mode, like more than likely people are not going to be studying the CDL unless you're going to be going up into the higher ranks. It's not like Control, where again, Control's been the third mode for so many years. If you've been playing ranked over the years, yeah, you know how that mode plays, regardless of what the title is. But with this mode, I don't know how many people are spending time in pubs or like in game battles, wagers, or whatever, and actually practicing playing that mode. If they
Yeah.
are, those are the guys who are going to be like top 250, iridescent, like
Mhm.
the mega
Well,
sweats.
and that 3rd game mode is way more team-based oriented now, where
Yeah,
Control is, like, competitive is in general, but Control, you can get away if one person's, like, cooking the whole game, you can win
yeah,
because it's all, like, live based and you can cap flags or whatever. But if one person pops off and gets like, dude, 15, 16 lives of the enemy team, like you're looking good. Whereas this, it doesn't really matter the kills and deaths. It's all about the right kills and deaths, you know,
right.
to push because yeah, like you said, the two other people, we're gonna have to communicate way more. I'm gonna assume because it always goes like this in ranked, the other two players gonna think they're really, really good, so they're gonna push up and try to cook and fry, and hopefully they do because then either you or I we take the rock, the other person is like the stopgap,
Yeah,
and clears enemies out, and the other person like drops it in. Um, or the other end of the two teammates, they're god awful, they think they're good, and they're trying to run up and gun people, and they keep dying, and then it resets us every single time.
yeah, yeah.
And I think that's the really important part, like understanding when to reset instead of like advancing on the map and like pushing up and like trying to push to like get a point or whatever.
Yeah, the teamwork in this mode is going to be way more valuable than it has been in previous years.
Hmm.
Your life is going to be a lot more valuable. Just because, like you said, with Control, at least the fact that you had lives on there, someone could be playing basically no OBJ and getting kills, and they are playing the objective. Like they are
Hmm.
bringing down the numbers and making life easy. Whereas this, like, yeah, just getting a lot of kills doesn't really matter. Like you said,
Hmm.
it's the right kills and when you get those, um, and being able to set up, like how you're going to pick up get the what do they call like the overload itself,
Hmm.
and trying to
EMP.
deliver it. Like, yeah, it's going to be a whole thing.
Hmm.
And I think it's going to be just a learning curve for us to be seeing how people play it. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm glad to see though that this mode, just from watching it, has grown on like the competitive scene a lot more, and like we've had a lot of good games from it.
Hmm.
Um, which is definitely like it's exciting because at first I was a little worried. Control, we've just had it for so long and we know how it is.
Hmm.
Um, but this is definitely going to breathe some new life into the game and into competitive. And I think it's going to be a mode, like especially for us, that if we're good at it, that could be like the deal maker, in some games. When we
Hmm.
get that, like maybe we could be kind of so at search. Like we're always, kind of iffy on search, you and me in general. Like
Hmm.
we're way better. I feel we're way better at hardpoint and control. Um, so we have to get good at this mode.
I know. Yeah, well, it's ebbs and flows. I feel like there are times where in ranked we'll be flowing on like search and control, but then we can't buy a hard point.
Yeah, that's facts.
Like, and then it'll flip. Like we're losing every single hard point,
We
but we're
just can't
winning
buy
every single
anything.
search. But yeah, that happens too.
I remember
um,
MW3, we had a run there where we just like
dude, just
the hands were in
nothing.
the head. We're just like, brother, what?
We just went 0-7 for the night.
Yeah, yeah,
Sign off.
yeah. We're just like, dude, one more, one
One
more. And
more.
then
We
midnight, we're like, yeah, chuck it up, boys.
yeah. Or we finally get that win. All right, sign off.
Yeah, it'll
We
stop
went.
push our luck here.
Yeah. Um, but no, I'm really excited for Ranked to come out because yeah, I think once Ranked comes out, that's when we're gonna be on more playing together. Like, now we're doing our own thing right now, just individually,
Yeah.
which speaking of, we probably should do the Easter egg and, like, play zombies together before Ranked comes out. Because I feel like I feel like, I know when Ranked comes out, there's no shot we're gonna try to take the time to play, zombies in the Easter egg,
Right,
but
right.
I got next week off too, so
Yeah, we'll do it
we'll
then
f
because
yeah.
like, I wanna be 100% sure that my that my game is good and
Yeah.
it doesn't crash. Because I was telling you, bro, I would, like, not be able to live with myself if we're in the middle of the Easter egg or we're, like,
Like,
hours
right at
in,
the end.
and then it's just yeah, blue screens. Oh my god, I'd lose my mind, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that would yeah, and then that's happened before too in ranked games. That's happened
Mhm.
where I've just lagged out. And I'm
Mhm.
like, "Dude, what?" And then I just hear you through the mic, you're like, "It's not looking good." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Dude."
Yeah.
And you're just like, you do the, "We lost." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Bro." I was like, "If I was fucking there," I'm like, "This is my fault." Or blame Xfinity. So with this
Mhm.
one, I'm like, I don't know who to blame. Um, but yeah, we'll have to get the zombies things done because yeah, last year we totally dropped the ball on it and didn't play it because we fell into exactly what this was, and
Mhm.
that was a shit year.
Yeah.
Um, and I haven't seen anything on zombies
Yeah,
regarding the maps. Like I don't know anything about it.
nothing.
Yeah, I haven't played it once. Like it's funny today. I was looking at my combat record because I was trying to figure out. I bought the breach skin.
Mhm.
Shout out breach.
Fire
Beautiful
skin. I got that
fire.
too last night.
Fire. A little slight too, gotta say. You know who I think has the worst CDL skin? And I mean, I hate to say this, dude, Optic. Not a fan.
It's
I
just
think
very
it
bland. They coulda
yes,
done more.
yes, yes. Like when I looked through all of them, I was like, damn, some of these are really cool. Like, I think there's Paris and FaZe. Theirs are
Mhm.
way too similar. They're
Yeah.
like pink. They're like both like right in the same realm. But I was like, dude, Falcons look sick. Like, I mean, Thieves looks phenomenal. Like, I
Mhm.
always loved that color scheme. But I looked at Optic and I was like, damn. Like, I
Mhm.
would have expected a little bit more.
They
Um,
they won back-to-back champs. We'll
yeah, no.
give them
Well,
but
no, I don't
I
want the
like
pitchforks, but
biased. I legitimately do think, like, Breach is, like, the coolest one. Dude, the
yeah.
mask
Oh,
with
yeah, dude,
the
the whole
X's,
fit, yeah, it's
the colors.
I love it. But, anyway, going back to what I was saying, I was trying to figure out how to get the camo on my guns and everything and,
Mhm.
like, do my calling cards because again, the title itself too, that animated breach title is
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Um, but then I went to scroll over to my combat record and I saw zombies. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, let me go look at that." And it's like, "Yeah, no information to show." Yeah, brother, you haven't even fucking loaded that thing
Yeah, I
up.
haven't even yeah.
I don't even have 1 second on
Mhm.
zombies. Um, so we will have to give it a shot, before ranked comes out, and I think we do have time too, because ranked is coming out, I believe it's beginning of season 2, and we haven't even gotten to, reloaded, which is usually the
Yeah.
halfway point of season
It's
1.
and that's like a rumor too. I mean, like, it's a strong rumor. It's not officially announced yet,
Can you imagine if
but
it doesn't?
yeah, like, it I'm expecting it to come out the beginning of season 2, which is great for us because that means, like, we still have time, dude. We're gonna go to the Optic Major, no ranked, like,
Oh, yeah.
just amped and watching competitive, and then we come back, ranked drops.
Oh, oh,
It'll be perfect timing, but yeah, zombies this year, like, I definitely wanna play because, like you said, I don't know anything about I haven't seen the maps. Like, I've seen like, the thumbnail of the map, but I
yeah,
don't know how anything works if you and I jump in and just straight up go in blind. Obviously, we're gonna go in blind the first time and just see, like, what's up with the map,
yeah, yeah.
and then afterwards, we'll follow, like, Noah J or something or, like,
Right.
someone that does the Easter egg for us to figure it out.
Yeah. Now it'll be a good experience. I mean, like again, right now, like we said at the beginning, dude, the game is just great right now. There's really not much to be complaining about. Everything that they put out in season 1 has been good so far. I'll say too, some of the DLC guns that they added, I'm pretty sure. Am I wrong? What is that NPC? That's the last sub you get, right? And
Yeah,
then the
yeah.
the new one that they added
The
is that
KP.
Kogot 7.
Yeah, yeah, the Kogat, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I've been using those subs a lot because we were talking about this a bit and you mentioned it with the Dravik. I've been breaking out of my shell. I'm
Mhm.
trying to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
use more of the guns.
Mhm.
And I would say too, even like that main AR, the M14, is that what it is?
15.
15. It's not even max level. Like I haven't really the only time I use that gun is when I'm prior to level 4,
Mhm.
because it's obviously the best like standard gun that you can use before you get custom classes. Dude, I've been finding my setup with all these guns. Like that sub, that Kogot thing, that rips. And
Ripped.
that
Yeah.
yo, dude, and the NPC, like I finally got a build on that.
Do you like?
That thing, oh, it's elite. Like
Mhm.
I think it's better than the Dravik, personally. I think it's
Mhm.
so good. But I've got 6
I
attachments on it.
Yeah, I think the Dravic there are pros and cons to both, but I think the
There,
Dravic is
but
a more balanced sub. Like, I think it's better
oh no,
because
no
it's more
doubt.
balanced, because you can with the Dravic, I feel like I can win gunfights at any range for the most part. With the, other one, there's no shot I'm winning a long range fight, and even, like, sometimes a medium range fight. Up close, like, you're getting ripped with that, though.
Yeah, see, like that NPC, it rips up close and mid range, like you said.
Mhm,
But now I win more often in those mid range fights,
mhm.
with like all the attachments that I got on now. Because at first, like I was telling you, the thing was terrible. It just
Yeah,
like yeah, you could unless it was like point blank, you weren't winning anything with it.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, the Dravik, you can really play like at any distance and you can win with that gun. With the
mhm.
NPC, yeah, you still have to really play like a sub player. You have to haul.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't be like playing kind of passive and like playing back with that gun. It's not going to happen.
You gotta be
Um,
active on the map. So many
yeah,
people
no,
don't know what active
100%.
is when I'm
Yeah,
playing. They're not
you got to
moving.
stay active, bro. Yeah, not sitting in corners, not like doing all that. It's like
Mhm,
save some of those spots for like when you're playing in search or something. You play at the bomb, you're going to hold an angle or something.
mhm.
But
That
I'm just
that's a
running
tip.
around.
Yeah.
Kill confirmed? No.
Dude, that's a tip right there. Like, if you if you're just sitting in a corner, to be honest, and if someone, like, knows that you're there, you're probably gonna lose a gunfight just because of how someone else is gonna approach it. I feel like corners only really work if, like, you run away from someone and then you go slip into a corner really quick and they're not expecting you. But if someone knows you're in a corner, you're dying. Like, you will
Yeah.
die based on
Yeah,
however they approach the fight.
and I don't get why, like I mean, I mainly play kill confirmed when just playing in, pubs. I don't play a ton of hardpoint. I play kill
Mhm,
confirmed just because that's tends to be the best mode to, like, rank up in. And I've just been a kill confirmed fiend since the
mhm,
OG MW3, like, when they introduced it, that was it.
mhm,
Um But people are corner camping in that. I'm like, "Bro, what is the benefit of this?" Like, you get fried instantly when you do that. Hard point, I can maybe get it because, yeah, if you're in a corner, but if you got 3 or 4 of the teammates on the point,
mhm.
you're not gonna get gunned. But I'd be playing some of these maps, and these guys are, like, sitting in a corner, they grab my tag, and then they go back to it. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Bro, was
I'm
that
coming
worth it?"
after you.
Was that
That
one kill that you got for literally 1 tag,
Mhm.
like, was that beneficial, or would you rather just be hauling around the map and, like, trying to get active and get into, like, flow state and get some kills going?
Yeah, you don't get into flow state by sitting in a corner, trust me. Like,
Yeah, dude, I'm
but
locked.
dude, I
It's
was
like, "Hold
playing
up, bro."
last night, I was playing Kill Confirmed last night on, it was Exposure, and we lost, and this other guy that on the other team, he went off, like, he fried, and he messages in the chat, he's like, "Lock in." To everyone. I'm like, dude, I was pretty locked in. I was cooking the
Yeah.
rest of his team. Um, and then someone on my team, because I like now I love you stay in the same lobby. He was like,
Mhm.
"Yo, you're telling me to lock in?" And, like just screaming at this dude.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like offend you." And this guy's like, "No, no, no. What's your class though? Like, tell me what your class is so I can actually lock in." Dude, this guy goes, "No." I'm like, "What?" What do you mean, no? You gonna keep it a secret? And he was using, the NPC. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Dude, first off, you can copy classes now, so there is no secret." 2,
Yeah.
um, when he said lock in, I'm like, "I'm locking in." And, Blackheart came next. I cooked. Like, you just know when you hit flow state and everything, like, your thumbs are just working perfectly, your shots are moving, like,
On
I'm
that
getting
map in particular,
oh,
ooh,
dude, you're hitting the right wall bounces at the right time, like, and everything's just flowing.
What's
Um,
what's the new map that, has
Utopia,
dude, is that the one with the 3 wall
the
jump?
3 wall, dude. I love that map.
Bro, when
I
you
think,
hit that
yeah,
when you be hitting that right, you get that timing. Dude, I got
yeah.
a kill once off the 2nd bounce or yeah, off the 3rd bounce going there.
Mhm.
Oh, dude, I was like, "Sign me to a team." Like,
There's
it was just so sick.
there's so many times now where I'll just try to, I mean, you can wall bounce off of anything,
Mhm.
but on just random maps, I'm like, I feel like wall bouncing here would be good. And, like, I'll just run up and hit a wall bounce over someone that's coming out the door, and I drop back on them.
Yeah, so
It's
do you
always the
think
best.
now, man, like, we're a few months into the game with the wall bouncing, movement. Do you think that you're pretty confident with that now? Like, you're really
Yeah,
starting to use that into your
yeah,
gameplay?
yeah. I'm using it a lot more for sure, and more for, like, uh, movement speed, I guess, like, to get away from stuff, but I've been using it way more, uh, but not over exaggerating it. I feel like my younger self in COD with the fast movement, I'm like, I need to be Shotzzy and just dash, 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 like, slide cancel, like, everywhere. Now I really pick and choose where I'm gonna do these bounces or slides and things like that, um, because the best way to get a kill up front, because 'cause I'm confident in uh, my centering and gunshot against someone, is to have your gun just at the ready. So if you're sprinting, pull it up right away and just iron. Whereas I feel like back in the day, I would be like, got to slide cancel up to a corner, jump around the corner, like jump off a wall or whatever. Yeah, I sprinkle that in every now and then. But I
Yeah.
think, yeah, I'm like way more confident now with the wall bouncing.
Yeah, I would say so too. Like, and watching people use it and be really good with it makes me want to get better with it. But it's
Mhm.
funny you mentioned the different movement tech because I can't remember. I think it was MW3, and there was I was watching some Breaking Point video, and it was like best CDL moments or whatever.
Mhm.
And I think it was, or no, it might have been on Vanguard, but at any rate. It was Sims POV, and he did the bunny hop, like the side bunny hop
Yes,
jump,
yes.
and I was just like, "Damn, dude, like, that was the tech. That was the
Mhm,
thing when you could do that." But now when you see people like Shotzi when he's doing the wall jumps over and completely crossing people up, that's the
mhm.
new tech.
Yeah,
Um, Now I love using it. I use it a lot when I'm trying to run out of a situation and I
yeah.
know they're chasing me and I just run to the
Mhm,
wall and jump out and I hope I get the good timing on them,
mhm,
where they didn't actually see me jump over. But yeah, it's definitely becoming a skill gap to be able to be good with that,
mhm.
especially for us too. Like having the scuff for that is so clutch.
Oh, yeah.
Like I mean, it's the same thing like on BO3, dude. If you had a scuff back on BO3, you must have been a menace if you were good with it.
Mhm.
Like, because that was such a
If we had scuffs back then, like
oh my god, dude. Like I think about that so much because I'm like, bro, I had to hit X and then
yeah.
stop boosting
Mhm.
to take my finger off. Like I don't play claw or anything.
Yeah.
But now doing this, like you're saying, we're on Utopia and I'm bouncing. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm good enough now with this that like
Mhm,
I can control my shot while I'm jumping.
mhm.
And there's plenty of people who don't. Like I'll see them on that and I kill them. They see me, but
Yeah,
they
and you're
don't start shooting because they can't do it. They're like, "Oh, I have to time this bounce here, and I gotta take
Mhm.
my thumb off or take my thumb off the stick to be able to do it." Um, yeah, it's definitely creating that gap that I was hoping for, which
Yeah.
I love.
And you know what's crazy? Like, we were pretty good at BO3 without the scuff too. That's
We
like,
were we were nice.
imagine if we had the scuff now
Oh my god.
and, like, what we know now about Call of Duty back then. Oh, we would have been so much better. And not to transition, but I just gotta make, like, Merc plays on a regular controller,
Ah, bro, I don't know how he
dude,
does that.
and he cooks, and he doesn't play claw, he plays default, which
Yeah.
that just shows he's just born different, but also you can do it too. Like, you don't need the scuffs, but this like, that kid's special.
Yeah, dude, he's that new wave of talent that just comes along. He's like Simp, same thing.
Mhm,
These guys that just come along and they're generational talents and they're going to be the new legends that we talk about.
mhm,
Um which is crazy. I still am always mind blown by him and I love how everybody that is like in the Optic camp and people that are like on the outside of it and see the success, they all are just like, "Yo, dude." I was with Dashy. I think it was Formal when he was talking about Mercules. He's like, "Dude, you got gifted. Jesus Christ."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, dude, trust me, bro. Like we
Mhm.
know this guy is he's just that good, you know."
Everyone's just trying to find that diamond in the rough, and, we have a topic about, just talking about, I guess, the challenger scene in general and, every team trying to find the next Merc. I feel like let's just talk about challengers quickly. We have that there's more hype around challengers this year. I agree, but I also disagree. I think that there's only hype because Optic came in and now they have the Huntsman, so people are watching it now. The game is much better, I will say, but also too, people are like, "Oh wait, Merc came from challengers. He's insane." And now Optic's coming into the challenger scene. So obviously, um, Optic's gonna make a trend and they're the huntsman now. People are gonna go and watch it. Like I've even like watched some of their matches, and it's just because the name brand, obviously. It's insane what they can actually do. And it's good for the scene, but I definitely more eyes on challengers, but it's only because Optic did it. And Merc coming from challengers, I think are making teams like look at it more. But yeah, I mean, I'll let you go, but I have so much more to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I no, I kind of want you to go and talk more. I mean, I agree. I really think Optic has spearheaded the main movement this year. You know,
Mhm,
with them coming in and bringing the Huntsman and that brand and just like the whole Optic fan base, which is I would say easily 85% or if not more of the CDL fan base, is Optic
mhm,
people. So they're going to naturally want to go over there and then they attach, you got Formal who's, watch partying it. And then you've got, they have Major Maniac now, who's the coach, I
mhm.
believe. And then, like Zinni's helping out too. Like they have all those personalities involved with it. It definitely brings a lot of eyes to the scene, but, um, and with Barstool as well being in there. So it's
Mhm.
a lot of big names and big teams that have come in that are making it bigger than I think it actually is.
Yeah, and it's great to see for the scene because it feels like it's rejuvenated now, and Zinni and Scump will, they'll finish the CDL matches with Optic, then they'll go over to watch Huntsman during the watch parties, and they're actually in there, like, trying to help coach. They're like, "Oh, you
Right.
should do this and do that," and obviously people are gonna go and watch that, and it's good for the scene, but part of it too, people are saying, "Oh, because everyone's trying to find the next Merc." 100% true, but it's always been there, you know? Um, I just feel like COD in general, people are so like, they forget about last year. Like, it's always this one year, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is crazy. Like, this is a new wave," where it's been there the whole time. People are like, "Who do you pick up from challengers?" There's no one to pick up from challengers. And then, no shade against Aluka. I watched like that dude's gross. He had one really good match, and now everybody's like, "Yo, this guy's he's next up. We got to sign him." There's amazing talent in challengers. This was the same talent last year. What do you mean?
Right. Right.
Um, and I'm biased of that. Like I thought the same thing, but like I'm not watching challengers and like all the time, and I'm still not right now. But it's just I don't know. Maybe this is like unk in me talking, but I remember like watching way back in the day on like MLG.TV and like fucking like when Hook was coming onto the scene and like he was cooking online, like no one cared. Like only one care like people only cared about LAN. And like you got to
Right.
LAN and even if he did well on LAN, it's not like he's getting picked up immediately. I know the scene has changed and stuff and it's primarily online based, so I understand why they're trying to pick up like really good online kids. But at the end of the day, like the online matches don't matter. The chips matter on LAN. So
Right.
I'm sure that guy Luca, which we'll get into, he'll be great on LAN, I'm sure, but it's gonna be different. Um, and I love that he just shit talks like a lot. Like a lot of these guys just shit talk. It's great.
Right.
It's great for the scene. Um, but he's in like a weird situation, a great situation, but weird because, I'm sure you've seen Aches is calling for Kenny's neck and to get Luca to come on Thieves, but he's a sub for FaZe, and FaZe is like, they're just buying time right now because they're not going to make a change going to a major one.
Of
But I'm
course.
sure if they don't place like honestly like top three, they're probably going to make a change. Um, and that means, I mean, Simp is untouchable. They're not going to replace him. I feel like second in line is probably Abuza. You're probably not going to touch him because Luca is a sub and Abuza isn't. So that means draws or 0-4, which is kind of crazy if he decides to stick it out on phase, right? But
Right.
the rumors are it's either going to be him sticking it out and going on phase, or, you know, the conversations have already happened and they're dropping Kenny and picking up a Luca after Major One. And both situations, honestly, not bad for him. He's essentially going on to like a top team immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I think he made the right move, signing with FaZe as just a backup, as a sub.
So,
Yeah, because I mean, I saw people criticizing that and being like, "Oh, he can miss his shot and like maybe he gets tied up with them or, what are the chances that FaZe is gonna, have to like make a change?" That would still be crazy. I mean, who really
mhm,
knows? It's not impossible. But for me too, I'm like, man, the guy was playing in challengers, probably making nothing, or
mhm,
barely anything. Like I saw a thing of scrap when he was talking with Dashy when the salaries got released, which was,
yeah.
obscene. And Scrap was like, dude, I was making when he was with the Ultra, he was making $700 a month.
Mhm.
I was like, whoa. It's like, damn, dude, like that's insane to think that.
Other
Um,
stuff is subsidized though.
yeah,
Like,
no,
but
that's true.
yeah, $700 a month is nothing. Like, yeah, if they a team pays for like living expenses and stuff like that, that's great because now you have like literally the necessities, the bare necessities.
Right.
Like you have a roof over your head. For $700 a month to like get water and food.
Yeah. And again, maybe if you do have some bills or stuff that you have to maybe pay, like
Yeah.
that's tough, and I'm sure that there's a lot of other teams out there that are in the same kind of boat. So this guy going from that to being paid on a sub spot for
S
phase,
Did
I'm like,
60K.
dude, yeah. I was like, you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, how not gonna sneeze at that,
Yeah.
People do when they go and see Celium make it damn near $1 million
Oh, yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Yeah, but,
man, for
look at everyone else though, like,
right,
it
right. For this guy, like, he's on a team where, yeah, he may not start, but
yeah.
honestly, who knows? It's really a roll of the dice. You have no idea what's going to happen throughout the season. He definitely could,
Mhm,
um, and I think that's why FaZe picked him up is because a
mhm,
lot of people were saying based off the eye test with this guy how
mhm.
good he was,
No,
and they don't want it to be like a Mercules situation where the
mhm.
guy gets tied up on some other team. That's why Optic was like, yeah, we're immediately making moves on this guy. Like
Yeah.
we've seen enough to know how good he is, and I
Mhm,
think the phase guys were like that. They all saw enough from him.
mhm.
Like, yeah, I saw a couple was maybe like last night or maybe no, I think it was last night. That Huntsman went and beat them,
Yeah.
beat a Lucas team
Yeah.
and everything. And then I saw people in the chat being like, he's dog shit, all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, okay, bro, you can't win them all. Like, what is scrap
Mhm,
dog shit because he got, swept at champs? I don't think so, man. Like
mhm,
the guy's still good. You just know from the eye test about how good he is. And I think
mhm,
FaZe was like, look, we're gonna invest in the guy.
mhm.
If things, go wrong here, then we can go and give him a shot. And he's not gonna be like a huge risk looking at how good he is based off what they've seen so far.
Yeah, and I think too with him, there was a lot of hype around him after one
A little too
series.
much. A
A
little
lot
too
a
much, you
lot of
ask
hype
me.
because everybody was like, "Oh, fuck Mercules." Like, this is a new guy. I'm like, "Dude, it hasn't even been a damn year."
Yeah.
That's why I think a lot of COD fans just, like, forget. Like, they don't think about the
Yes.
past, like, they're like, right now, which I
Yes,
understand,
absolutely.
but, um, yeah, I mean, I think FaZe did the right thing for making him a sub, and I'm not gonna blame the kid for, I mean, getting a sub spot, like you said, like, dude's making, like, a good salary now for being a sub, and to be honest, like, it the only way he doesn't start, in my opinion, if he stays with FaZe, is if FaZe wins Major 1.
Right.
because I really think if they don't place top 3, it has to be top 3, they'll make a change, which is insane for draws or 0-4, right? Like, I have to imagine that they're not gonna get rid of Simp, they're not gonna bench him, and they're not gonna
No,
bench
no
Obuse.
way.
Um,
If they get rid of Simp, bro,
yeah, that's
I
not
mean,
happening.
yeah, that's
That's him sitting out and being like, "I don't wanna play for this team anymore."
yeah,
Uh, so I I'm sure he'll get his shot if they don't win this major coming up.
yeah,
So, um, and yeah, the whole the whole salary thing with that, like, dude, the medium salary for the most part is probably hovering around like 80 to 90 for like for the majority of the league, which like
yeah,
that's really good money for playing Call of Duty. But people they just gravitate towards like sell you 850K. It's like, yeah, dude, I would sign a mega bag too to go to the Falcons if that's the case. But
right.
that's one guy in the whole damn league.
And I will say too, with all that stuff, because obviously these guys are getting paid such good money.
Mhm.
Um, I don't want to talk too much about this because it probably could be a bore to some people, but
Probably, yeah.
I feel like I like worry about these guys when their careers are over.
Mhm.
Because some of these guys, I have no idea what they're gonna be doing outside of this, you know? Like, they don't stream right now, so content ideas, like, maybe that's later down the line for them where they end up doing that, but some of these guys who are making insane money or, like, making like, for us, making 200K is insane money, like, you're
Mhm.
killing, and there's enough of those guys who are well beyond that.
Mhm.
But then you see the guys who I'm sure were making good money at one point, and then you look at where they are now and they have a couple of bad years and they fall back. It's
Mhm.
like, damn, what are you really going to be doing after this, man? Like you have
Mhm.
no idea how long your career is. And
It's
I think about it now in particular because of someone like Aluka, or you're getting these guys from Halo that are trying to take their time and get into Call of Duty. Um, and there's a lot of people that are, like, down in challengers that are former pros that I think are done. Like, I don't
Mhm.
think they're gonna be coming back into the CDL. I don't think that they should, based off of, like, what talent is available right now and what we've seen from some of those people, and we know who we're talking about for names that just come in and out. And I'm like, "What are these guys gonna be doing?"
Mhm.
Like, are they gonna stay down in challengers for the rest? Are they gonna retire? Like, what's really the move there, you know?
Well, yeah, and this is like any sport, but COD specifically. Like you have a short window, a very short window of success if you have that opportunity. So you have to make the most of it. And if like Salium, for example, obvious like he made a life decision. That's what he did. But also, he made a life decision with signing with Pred. Like it's not like he signed with 3 challenger players that never
Right,
played the game before. Um,
right.
don't blame the guy at all. If someone offered me 850K to play like, this game at that level and like you can do it, do it. But these other guys that, well, let's say the ones making like 60 to 90K, that's good money, but it's not enough money to like in the long run, obviously. Even the people
Yeah,
making like 200, 250K, like that's a lot of money, but you have such a short window of how much you can make. Like those guys could be making it for like, let's say 5 years tops, right?
right,
That's a
right.
lot of money, but that's not enough money to live into your 30s, your 40s, and
Yeah,
not to get boring and stuff. But I think there are a lot of guys though that are really smart with it. Like I do think Sal is one of those guys that's really smart with his
and
money.
Sim
But at Simp, like Shotzi, like all these guys, I think the majority of them are really smart with their money. Uh, that are getting paid a lot of money. But for the guys that are making like 60 to 90K, that's good money. But you need to do something else on top of that. You have that small little window of success. You need to stream, you need to grind, you need to make content, you need to use that opportunity where the lights are on you to capture, more viewers because
right,
you're not going to do this to be honest, into your like early 30s. Some people did. Clay did, but you have to come up with a career pivot at some point. And this
right,
is with like any professional like athlete too. And I'm not saying like gamers are professional athletes, but like it's very different when, yeah, you're making 250K for like a couple years. that's not like someone in the NFL that's making like 5 million a year. That's like literally life-changing money, and they have a short window as well, but they're making life-changing money.
Well, yeah, see, that's exactly, like, the point that I was getting at with it, Like, you could be someone who's in the NFL and, yeah, again, 5,000,000 over 5 years or whatever, and, yeah, $25,000,000 now, that's insane amount of money, and that is
Mhm.
life-changing, but you could still blow that. There's plenty of those
Oh,
people,
yeah, 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 yeah.
shout out Dave
Yeah, yeah.
Ramsey, right? NFL, not for long. Like
Yeah,
you totally can,
yeah.
and when you see
It's
those
just harder to
salaries.
blow that.
Yes, it's harder to do it, but
Yeah, yeah.
plenty of people still do.
Oh,
Whereas if
yeah.
you have $2,000,000, like, in being kinda generous with some of those people, if you
Mhm.
have that, um,
So we'll say a
dude,
let's just say 1,000,000 in their career, like the top
that
players.
can go
Quick,
wicked
bro,
fast.
I could spend 1,000,000 fast. I know I could,
Oh, yeah. I
100%.
mean, you think about it, you go and you buy some good things, like, you buy a house, you buy a car, you know?
Shit's gone. Half of
Um
that's gone.
Oh,
Taxes.
yeah, easily, easily, and what are you gonna do after that, I
Exactly.
mean, I don't know, it just, like, made me think about that when you see how much these guys actually make and how young
Mhm,
they are or where they are in their career, and then seeing where some of these guys, are kinda going, because part of the, news was that, Legend got dropped from Vancouver, and he was on that 60K, and I think he said to Zuma, he's like, "Yep, that was right." Like, that's
yeah,
exactly what I was getting paid. Um, and he had his career within Halo too, of course. Excuse
making
me.
way more,
Yeah, making way
winning
more
more.
and probably, I say like insulted because he knew the deal. Like you're going to a new esport, you're not proven, but going from whatever he was making down to 60K and now he's dropped and he's going to
Mhm,
be, playing in challengers, making even less than that, more than likely. Um, that's got to be tough. Like,
mhm.
career wise and financially, it's like, and it's not like I don't think he's like, young. I think he's probably like what, 25, 26 years old. Or am I
I think it's
wrong?
pretty I think it's pretty
Is he
young.
young? Let me go
Like, I
look it
think
up and
he's like
just make
early
sure.
early 20s.
Bro, the thing is that drives me nuts is when you have these guys' names and it's not like actually
Yeah.
spelled out
Yeah,
normally here. No, I take that back. No, he's 22 then, so he's still
yeah,
young.
still
Um,
young.
but
Yeah.
when you go from like what he was making in Halo, and then he's gonna
Mhm,
have to be now in the COD league, and who knows if he makes it back into the league. Um,
mhm,
like, how much money is he really making realistically over this time? And who's to say too that he gets back in because we've got all these other names of people that are starting to be
mhm,
on the come up, you know? Like, I didn't
mhm,
know who the hell Aluka was until a couple of days ago where people were
mhm.
talking about him. And then with
I
the surge really quick finishing this, it's like I see Tej is gonna be
Tish.
coming in for him. And it's like, yeah, bro, he's not doing anything with that team. He's gonna be on there, and I guarantee you he's gonna get booted off that team at some point you
Mhm.
know? And it's like, okay, what he made the
Yeah,
minimum for a little bit and he goes back to challengers? Like, okay.
yeah. Well, that's the thing, like, Tish is one of those guys where, like, he just pops up. There's a clear gap, right? Like, he pops off in challengers,
Yeah,
clearly, 'cause he's always coming back into the league, and that team specifically, that's a two-person change. T's just not gonna come in there and, like, fix the whole team. They need to make another change. Um, Tija's been very successful in his career. It's just, like, hit the tail end, like, you fall in the majority of these players will fall into the pattern of, oh, in the league, out the league, in the league, out the league. And they're all good individually, but it's just they need two-player changes. And Legend, I'll say it right now, he'll be back in the league. He's gonna be like a Neptune. He's gonna go down into the pit and challengers and grind and learn the game, and he'll be back. I'm positive he will be. And people can mark 250 episode 254, 58 minutes in right now. um But it's just hard because these guys, like, they are young and they're getting thrown a lot of money at times, but it does make me happy to see the people that are young and they have, like, a good head on their shoulders because 'cause they're like, "No, like, this isn't gonna last forever." Like, I will say a lot of those guys are like that. They
yeah,
understand, like, this won't last forever, so I need to how do I take this opportunity right now with all the money that I have and make that money, like, work for me so I can actually just play the game. You know what I mean?
right.
Because dude, nothing's worse if yeah, let's say you signed for the minimum for a year, right? You signed for the minimum and you're like, "Okay, it's good money, but it's not like fuck you money." Like just surviving.
Right.
On top of that, they have to stress out about the game and hope their spot, like, isn't taken away, like, it's just more added stress, and, uh, like, well, we were talking about earlier, like, you can make good money, but the added stress on top of that, like, there if you're at the minimum, you're working more than you're actually getting paid, like, or what
Right.
you should be making, and
Right.
I'm sure they all know that, but it's just a chance to get into the league, and I'm sure, you know, the winners, the people that know how to win and have won championships, they understand the fluctuation. Like, you have to be built a certain way to understand that. Like, Scrap, for example, let's say like, or no, let's use Slasher. Dude, I'm sure at one point was making like a fuck ton of money.
Oh yeah.
Now he's on his tail end of his career and he's making like the minimum. Like every year, it's like less and less. And especially with the league too, like they realize this hasn't been a great investment. They're not returning a lot. His salary is just going down like every year. But he's one of those guys that's smart enough to understand I'm sure he capitalized at the peak of his career.
Oh, no doubt he did.
Like
Yeah.
he I'm sure he put that somewhere to make it grow to where he's playing now on a minimum and obviously like you have to have passion and be like a little bit crazy to like keep grinding it out because like he's competitive. He wants to win. Um and then there are other pros that have retired like people are talking about it recently, like Lamar accuracy. Like he's completely out of the scene. Like he's
Yeah.
doing like real world stuff that's actually cool. Like he's renovating homes and like flipping them. Like that's
Mhm.
great. That like a lot of people do that like outside of the gaming realm. That's a normal thing.
Yeah.
Um like, dude, what's his name? Chino at one point. Like I remember seeing him on the timeline. He just got a job. I don't know what he does, but he got a job. Fucking Kill is like an electrician. Like these guys,
Yeah.
they're all normal people, but um, when you're at your peak, you have to capitalize in some way, whether that's like investing or like uh using your likeness and go and stream and like get the viewers. Cause if you want to stay in the scene, that's what you have to do. Like your average person is never gonna have a chance to have like 50,000 eyes on you just playing, like just doing something.
Right.
It's never gonna
Right.
happen.
Yeah, and think about people that have, gone from playing competitively and then translated at the right time into having like a career in gaming. Like the guy I think about is Apathy, you
Mhm,
know. I mean, he was someone that, yeah, had a personality within the scene, but a lot of it too was just big time timing.
mhm,
Warzone came out, he retired, he was like right on the peak of it, and he rode that wave and did really well with it. But all those guys, like, they're smart and that they like, of course, Slasher too. Like the guy he's got like an engineering degree, I'm pretty sure too. Like the guy's got backup plans. He knows what he's going to do and had a plan when he was making, the most money, a while back when he was at the peak in his career. Um, but I don't know. It was just something that I thought about when I saw those salaries. Like, yeah, it's mind blowing to see how much these guys get paid. Um, to be playing Call of Duty for a living, but
mhm,
you also think about it too. It's like, yeah, these guys are making that money right now. And just like to the point of Legend, he's only 22, you know? Like he's insanely young. The
mhm,
guy's probably got tons of money stacked up. Um, and I'm sure a lot of those guys do as well. But it's just when I saw those numbers, I'm like, damn, I really wonder how many of these guys are really saving that or like they're gonna be good for when they end up retiring.
mhm,
There are going to be guys like I know Scump is like an anomaly beyond belief, but like a Methods or like a Bose
mhm,
or Maniac or these guys who really are personalities and can like continue their career outside of gaming, or are we just going to know them in like John? Like, what does John do from the
mhm.
CD? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
we
he's a
just
world
know him as
champ.
yeah.
He's won a lot of rings or won a lot of chips and everything. Like, great player, probably made a good amount of money his time. I wonder what he's doing.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly, and it's like, if you wanna stay in this not in the Call of Duty scene, but if you wanna stay in the gaming in general, you have to be thinking about this, at some
Yeah.
point, right? Like, the the window's very small, and
Yeah.
if you're in the spotlight, you have to take that opportunity and use it, and I think For the most part, everybody knows that, and I'm sure it's hard when you're gaming all the time and then you're like, "Oh, I have to throw on the stream." But, like, dude, it's easy. It's like, when we first started the pod, we would have never thought, like, people would actually be listening to us. Dude, imagine if we went on a show before we even started the pod, and, like, 50,000 people are watching us talking about COD. Like, if we had an opportunity to go on the flank and they have over, like, 80K people watching live, whatever, right? I guarantee you, like, we could probably capture, like, like, I know for 1,000 of those viewers, at least, just
Yeah.
because we were on that platform, and
Mhm.
we were provided that. Now, it's your opportunity to, like, use that. Like, are you gonna use that momentum that you got with all those eyes on you,
Right.
or are you just gonna miss it completely? It's like,
Yeah.
we always say it, like, it only takes one. It really does only take one video to pop off, like, one opportunity, like, for everything to go well for you. And then once you hit that, first off, you have to know you hit it, which I would say is pretty easy, and then you grind and you ride that wave for as
Right.
long as you can.
Right. And it's gonna be interesting along with that to see for a lot of these guys their careers as they go on. Like, do they have that moment where they break into those insane, salary levels? Or, even speaking about post career, do these guys end up doing something where it really hits and everyone resonates with it? And it's like, okay, boom, they found their next move, post competing. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
Um, so I do look forward to that. It's like kind of a weird thinking when I just saw
mhm,
that, but um again, it puts things into perspective when you see people making damn near $1 million or
mhm.
making half a
Well,
million dollars and they're
I
24 years old, 25
yeah,
years old. You're like, Jesus
yeah.
Christ, like
Well,
I'm like, bro,
I
I hope you're taking advantage of that dog. I'm like, because I know I would.
yeah, and I'm like, well, I said it earlier, like, life's really long.
Yeah,
Yeah, you might be making 1,000,000 right now, dude. 1,000,000's not a lot, like, in the long run.
in the
It's
grand
not.
scheme. Yeah.
Like, you got your whole life, and, like, I'll always say, like, you're gonna earn 1,000,000 before you win 1,000,000, so you gotta grind to get to that point. Um,
We drop it on that, bro.
right, right, yeah, right. Uh,
My voice is getting
work
chalked right now.
work hard.
I
Uh,
I but for people who made it this far, by the way, thank you, but I'm
mhm.
getting over a cold. If I sounded weird or sound like I've got a lower voice, it's not because 'cause I'm trying to be like, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I'm
Um,
I'm trying to strategically mute out here so I don't hack up a lung.
yeah, but,
But
I mean, yeah. I just think a lot of the salaries, we got into a tangent about that, but if you guys are curious what the salaries are, like, they're out there.
yeah,
They're all rumors technically, but they're all pretty close from what everyone has said, and you can say whatever you want. These guys make too much money or not enough money, but again, you and I have seen pro players, like, work before. I challenge you. I really do challenge you. Try to sit and play 8 to 10 hours a day in, like, hard, like,
yeah,
practice.
yeah,
Like, I'm
yeah,
talking, you and I, we're locked in for, like, 3, 4 hours in ranked, and, like, it
yeah,
burns you out, and then you have VOD afterwards. You have to sit with the team, and then you go back home, and you play more, and you stream, you put the lights on you. Like, and I'm gonna say that not everyone is built to be in the scene to, like, stream and, like, be a personality. Because there are a lot of players that, like, we're gamers, right? A lot of people are awkward. Like, they don't want, to stream, which
yeah.
you don't need to stream, but I'm sure there are some players that wanna still be in the gaming scene in general and be a streamer or whatever, then, go and do something completely different, like a 180. Like, dude, the fact that Lamar accuracy is just out there fucking working on homes, dude, like picking out vinyl and like flooring and shit and flipping
Right,
homes. And dude, that's a world champion. People don't even know he's just out there.
right.
Hey, he's just doing that. Same with Killen. Dude, he's an electrician. I
But
used to
those
watch
guys
that guy
though,
play.
and the thing about those guys too is like at the same time, it doesn't surprise me that they're doing that because those 2 in particular, like, they've got that ability as people,
Mhm,
just as like personal skills and how they are personality wise, that like, yeah, they could definitely do that,
mhm,
and they are smart.
mhm.
Some of these guys, I'm like, bro,
You gotta capitalize now.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I'm like,
Now.
dude, you really got because man, if things don't work out for you down the line, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen to you. I don't know what the opportunities are. Like they have to be in gaming, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like, dude, they're so young, and
Well, yeah, that's
they're
the thing. You
so
have no
young. Like, they think we're unk the majority of the time,
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
for people that even, like, sat through all this are like, "Why are they talking about numbers and, like, life and whatever?" Like, just talk about video games. Um, that's just a reality everyone has to face, just getting older, and, yeah, I mean, when we've gone to these events, it's just dude, it's a bunch of, like, young 20-year-olds
Yeah.
or, like, young
Well,
kids, you know?
but, it's like it is part of the sport, and it's part of, like, seeing since we are so early into the life of competitive gaming and pro Call of Duty,
Mhm.
it's there are parts of it that are, though on a smaller scale, they are very similar to professional
Yeah.
sports, and there's a lot of things that I just wonder with it in general, like, are some of these guys financially literate on, like, what they have to do, and what they should be doing, and
Mhm.
again, what's the path look like afterwards, Like, are
No,
there
they're not.
opportunities?
I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
exactly,
Yeah, I think a lot of that relies on the org they sign with, because I
Yeah,
guarantee you if you sign with Optic, FaZe, Thieves, they're gonna have someone be like, "Hey, we have resources to help you,
right,
in terms
right.
of this is a lot of money at once. These are your resources, and please use them because we're here to help you, not fuck over, like, your entire youth. You
Yeah.
have a rare opportunity, take advantage of it."
Right. And I hope a lot of them do take advantage of it. But yeah, again, I just thought it was an interesting thing. I mean, if you do find it entertaining, do let us know down in the comments on YouTube, or we'll maybe have it as a question there. With these
Mhm.
people, do you think they're safe, or do you think they're fucked when they end up retiring?
Mhm.
And I would say too with that, I'm curious to know what people think about the salaries. I was a bit surprised, but at the same time, like, not really. I think it was more I was surprised about on the teams in general, how much fluctuation
The
there may have
discrepancy.
been. Yeah.
Did the discrepancy,
Like,
like, shock you in terms of the big? Because I don't think like, to be honest, the only player I was shocked about was Celium. All the other ones, I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've heard rumors," but with the Cell rumor, like, I just didn't know what it was. Like, I knew it was a lot, so that when we actually saw the number, I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that's a lot of money." But everyone else, I feel like, pretty standard.
yeah, I think I was surprised with some like Ken, like from
Mhm.
Ken to Hydra and
Yeah,
Scrap.
yeah, yeah.
Like, I think Kenny was, I don't think he was making 200K. I think he was making like 150, somewhere around
It was
there.
something like that, yeah.
Still
Uh,
great.
that's a lot of yeah,
But
great money, yeah.
between 150 and 2K, but then to see that, like, just seeing Hydra and Scrap making double that on the
Mhm,
same team, I was like, wow, like
mhm.
that's crazy,
Yeah, yeah.
just to actually see it out that way.
Mhm.
And
Well
again, with some of these teams, just seeing like the difference between someone like what Purge is making versus what Snoopy's making,
mhm,
like at the end of the day, I get it, of course, like,
mhm,
yeah, no doubt you're gonna pay Hydra and Scrap more.
mhm,
Um, but it is just and especially with with Falcons, you're saying, Salium making that much and then Exton making 200K. I'm like, bro, Sal's making
mhm.
like 4 times his
Yeah.
salary on the same team.
Mhm,
But yeah, just seeing the pay discrepancy, but
mhm,
but
mhm.
within a team was surprising.
And I will say that the pay discrepancy is crazy, but I like to think it all evens out in the end, like, in the long run again, right? Like,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna like, Sal can make 850K and Exton is making 200. Sal blows 800,000 of that. Exnit invests like 150 of that.
right,
This dude's coming out on top. Like,
right,
it's
right.
not like any of these guys are making like awful money. Like, all
No,
of them have a great opportunity to make like even more.
yeah,
And this is like in professional sports too. I mean, like, those salaries are public. Like,
right.
these are like technically rumors, but and COD doesn't have a salary cap either. Like, imagine like NFL has a salary cap. Imagine knowing like your quarterback is making 10 for like 120 million, dude.
Yeah.
And he's taken up like the majority of the cap for the entire year. Like he's getting paid you know, well, like 80 million a year, and let's say the cap is like 160 million. Dude, half of your cap is going to one person. Now
Yeah, it's
that 80
unbelievable.
million has to be allocated to like every other player. And that's just, that's how it is. Like whatever position you play is the most important. Like they're gonna, pay you the most.
Right.
And it's the same situation with COD where, if you're a nasty player, you're gonna get rewarded. Um, but it's not like everyone else is making bad money. Now, okay, if I was on Falcons, if I was not making 100 at least, I'm pissed, bro.
Yeah.
They signed
Yeah.
me to a minimum, I'd be like, "Fuck you. What
You're
do you
like, "You guys
mean?"
got a little bit of extra cash floating
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Don't fucking, like, don't cheap out on me, bro."
No,
You
yeah,
know?
exactly. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like if you're making over 100K and the discrepancy is like 50 to 100, 150, it's like you all make really good money.
Yeah.
It's, you know, and also if that's going to interfere with you like competing, you got to get off the team because
Yeah.
that's not good. You're not like a competitor at that point. Like
Right.
your
Right. You're
job
just
is to
playing for the
win.
bag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to win.
No, you need to think beyond just the money, but it was crazy to see it, you know?
Mhm.
That's our thing, the finance bro or the finance casuals.
Finance guys.
That's
Yeah,
our
yeah, yeah.
But,
um,
um, yeah, man, honestly, I think that's kind of it for the main things, to be talking about, you know? We hyped up our whole thing about, season 1. I did put in the Discord, which if you haven't joined up there, be sure to go do it. I put on there just to see what people were thinking about season 1 because everyone seems to be enjoying it, which is good, and if you're listening for some reason to our podcast and you haven't bought Black Ops 7, it is on sale now, so do do be sure go get it. We don't have a discount code, but just go buy it anyway.
mhm.
Because again, it's a really really good year. And yeah, man, I mean, we're just looking forward to ranked to be coming out here. Hopefully sooner rather than later. I hope they abide by the season 2 rumor.
Mhm.
Because we are going to be locked in on it for sure. You
Yeah,
know?
I'm excited for ranked, and
Yeah.
like Mike said, go join the Discord because we've been using it a lot, and I mean we're gonna be using it even more going into next year. Like we got some ideas and stuff we got to
Yeah.
talk about, but like get active in there. A lot of people
Yeah.
are like talking about it, and like we'll give you. Obviously, there's gonna be some content from Major
Mhm.
One. Won't tell you guys
Yeah.
what it is, but if you guys have recommendations or like asks, whatnot, go in the Discord, let us know. Like we're in there practically every day, just chatting with you guys. So just go join it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the place to be. And like I said, we've been building a good community so far, which has been awesome to see. So we want to see it continue to grow. So again, be sure to go and join it. But yeah, I think that's it for this one, right, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, everybody, thank you for listening to this episode number 254 of the COD Casuals podcast. Be sure to go to anchor.fm/COD Casuals since we're there on all stream platforms, and then going to the Instagram and TikTok. And go give us a follow over there as well as going to the YouTube. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe since we're posting over there as well. 5-star rating always
And
on. Yes.
follow the
And
button.
follow because we need to be we get way more engagements than what we actually have for followers. We got over 500, but we should have like 5 million. So get us to 5 million.
No, yeah,
That's
we
our
should
next.
actually. So many
We
of
should
you
have
guys
like
watch.
1,000.
So many of you guys watch and don't follow. So
Mhm.
please follow.
We would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, man, I think that does it though.
Yeah,
Right. So, again, everyone, thank you for listening to episode number 254 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike,
I'm Justin.
and we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, everybody.
See ya. Happy New Year's. Merry
Happy New
Christmas.
Year's. Merry Christmas.